Scheduled meeting of the President Village Board of Trustees, the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will County, held on Tuesday, September 16, 2025, beginning at 6:17 p.m. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Mahoney? Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan? Here. President Claus?
Present. Item number 1. Is there a motion to consider approval of the agenda?
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Roll call for item 1. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 2. Is there a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the Village Board meeting held on September 2nd, 2025?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk?
Roll call for item 2. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Item number 3, receive presentation of the Tinley Park Business Spotlight, the Alzheimer's Association of Chicago, and Ed and Joe's Restaurant and Pizzeria by President Glatz and Clerk O'Connor. Hannah or Trustee Brennan, would either of you like to take the first item?
Yeah, I'll take the Alzheimer's Association. The Alzheimer's Association is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing support, research, and advocacy for individuals and families affected by Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. And we are pleased to welcome.
Hi, Rebecca Santana. I work with the Illinois chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. Currently, we know that there are over 7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's disease and over 12 million unpaid family caregivers. So roughly every 65 seconds, a new case develops. And the reason that I do mention these staggering statistics is that on the current course, our projections show that these numbers will double by 2050. And that's why we exist. The Alzheimer's Association is the largest nonprofit funder of care, support, advocacy, and research towards Alzheimer's and dementia. We are so very appreciative to the village for their dedication being a dementia-friendly community and also for being host to our annual South Suburban Walk to End Alzheimer's. I would love to invite everybody to please come out and join us at the 80th Avenue Metro Station Saturday morning, October 4th, where we will be raising awareness and funds for the disease. Our volunteer committee has been hard at work planning a great community event. It is free to register. If you are in need of our helpline services, 24/7, we have master level clinicians available at 800-272-3900. If you'd like to know more about the association or how to get registered for this year's walk, you can visit alz.org/Illinois. And thank you to the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca, I'll just add that this will be, I guess this will be year 2 for my family organizer team in memory of my mom. I was emailing with you the other day. I accidentally created another team, so but I appreciate all your responsiveness on that. And you know, it's just a great day. I mean, Hannah has been working with our dementia-friendly community. So now we've been recognized. I think it's what, two years now.
I think so. Time flies.
Yeah. So it's, but we're one of only 18 communities in Illinois that's recognized as a dementia-friendly community. So really appreciate all your hard work on that, and really looking forward to the walk on October 4th. So thanks for all you guys are doing, Rebecca. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll just add too that in my personal capacity, I am on the walk team, and Rebecca and the team is great. So it'll be a great event. I will be there. You know, and especially like you mentioned, Trustee Brennan, with our personal connections and having ourselves designated a dementia-friendly community, I think it bodes well that it's an event that is hosted here in town. So.
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you.
If I could,
Brendan and Hannah?
Oh, wait, Bill's got something.
What is the date of the walk?
October 4th.
Saturday, October 4th. I think festivities kick off at 8:30?
8:30.
8:30, yep,
Festivities begin, opening ceremony at 9:30, and the walk starts at 10.
very good.
Great.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you have a scooter for Bill?
I'm going to be the cheerleading.
And how many 5Ks have you done?
0. 10Ks. Next, we have, it's great, I got to change my computer over. I love doing these new business spotlights like this. Next, we have Ed and Joe's Restaurant and Pizzeria is a popular family-friendly Italian eatery located in historic downtown Tinley Park. The restaurant is well-known for its variety of pizza options, from thin crust to deep dish and stuffed, as well as a range of other Italian and American dishes. We would like to welcome Mike and Ellen Clark, but before you say anything, if you wouldn't mind, if we could play the video that we filmed at your lovely establishment, we'd like to do that first.
Thank you.
At Ed and Joe's in Tinley Park, good times start with great food, live music, and local beer. Kick things off with a cocktail mixed to perfection. Enjoy our patio on Oak Park Avenue and dig into our famous sandwiches, salads, and pizzas. Crispy, cheesy, and loaded with toppings. Craving comfort, our calzones are baked to a golden perfection and bursting with flavor. From the first sip to the last bite, Ed and Joe's is Tinley Park's favorite place to meet and eat for food, friends, live music, and tradition.
Makes you want to go to Ed and Joe's right now.
Yes, can we move the board meeting over there, Mr. Mayor?
You're very welcome.
Taco
Yes, you
pizza
can.
delivered.
We could
right now.
do it right on the patio.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for inviting us to be a part of this. Thank you, Mayor and Lisa, for your help through this project. I think it turned out well. The voiceover lady was amazing. She got 750,000 hits on already. No, I'm just kidding.
Just read your notes.
Anyway, so Ed and Joe's will be celebrating their 65th year in business come February 6th of next year. And we are pleased that the village has supported us over all those years. It's been an amazing run, and, you know, without the village support, it would have been, I'm not sure as good as it's been. So we do appreciate all those years. And was also proud to support Tinley Park for the last 65 years, and we're glad we made Tinley Park our home. Also, we would like to thank the village for their commitment to our downtown. We believe that the downtown is the heartbeat of the community, and it's where the community comes to celebrate, connect, and create lasting memories. Thank you for continuing to support the downtown. I know it's been only a short 3 months since Harmony Square is open, but we've already felt the impact of what Harmony Square can do for us.
Big impact.
And what it's gonna do for the business, so thank you, and, we're super excited to see it, you know, the residential units come up, you know, and the completion, everything that's going on, but it's been amazing so far for us. You know, the only, comment has been about parking, and I feel that that's a good thing. It's been a long time since we had to talk about parking, so that's good, so thank you very much,
That's a positive.
yes. That's it.
Video is great, thank you so much.
Yes.
So,
you.
real quick question.
Sure.
Because I just want to emphasize the point. There had been concern with Harmony Square and that development there, that it would be a negative to some of the businesses there and to actually take away from it. So, it's good, it's really good to hear you say that it's increased your
The
business.
first couple concerts were a little overwhelming, and I
In a
did,
good way?
in a good way. I had to tell people, this is new for us, you know, it just opened in July, and we're working through it. I mean, it's just a rush, a flood
Right.
of people, so it's a little overwhelming in a restaurant
Right.
to
Right,
have that
that's
happen,
really
but in
great
a
to
very positive way. We really haven't had any negative.
No, we're just
experience.
busy. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're just busy.
Yeah.
We're just busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good problem
So
to
it's
have.
good.
A very good
It's a good problem to have, yeah.
just-
Great staff.
I just
Yeah.
want to make,
Yeah.
One comment.
Sure.
There was an edit done to the video. I won't say what part, at the request of Pat Carr.
What?
So, if you remember, we did add something to it that he had to come back and reshoot. So thank you, Pat,
I
for the
didn't
addition
notice.
that
Well,
we had.
thank you, Pat.
What
I think
was
Mike
it?
knows. He could.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't think we had the patio or the bar, right?
That's right.
And I don't need to say anymore, do I?
But no, thank you for everything. And,
Okay.
we're
No,
glad
it's
that
great.
You guys were the second one that, we've been doing that with the new business
Yeah.
spotlight, the way we do it. So
Oh,
thank
Very
you.
yeah,
nice.
and thank you very much for
Very
doing
nice.
that.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
You gonna play it again? If they walk in with pizza, you can.
Yes.
Item 4, trustee Bill Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider proclaiming September 17th through September 23rd, 2025 as Constitution Week in the village of Tinley Park.
I will second that.
Thank you, trustee Shaw. I'll read the proclamation. Whereas it is the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate September 17th, 2025 as the 237th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America with appropriate ceremonies and activities, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through September 23rd as Constitution Week. And now therefore be it resolved by the President and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that September 17th through September 23rd be designated as Constitution Week in the Village of Tinley Park. We urge all citizens to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American citizen with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involved. Approved this 16th day of September 2025. Signed by Village President Michael Glotz, Village Clerk Nancy O'Connor, Trustees William Brady, William Brennan, Dennis Mahoney, Trustees Michael Mueller, Kenneth Shaw, and Colleen Sullivan.
Thank you, trustee Brennan. Great job. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Roll call for item 4, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Next, we have item number 5, trustee Colleen Sullivan.
All right. I would like to make a motion to consider proclaiming September 2025 Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month in the Village of Tinley Park.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Consider proclaiming September 2025 as Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month in the Village of Tinley Park. Whereas ovarian cancer is the 5th leading cause of cancer deaths of women in the United States and causes more deaths than any other gynecologic cancer, and whereas a woman's life risk of being diagnosed with ovarian cancer is about 1 in 78, and whereas American Cancer Society estimates 20,890 cases of ovarian cancer will be newly diagnosed in 2025, and 12,730 individuals will die from this disease nationwide, including 770 new cases and 410 deaths in Illinois. And whereas the 5-year survival rate for ovarian cancer is 50%, and survival rates vary greatly depending on the stage of diagnosis. And whereas while the mammogram can detect breast cancer and the pap smear can detect cervical cancer, there is no reliable early detection test for ovarian cancer. And whereas too many people remain unaware that the symptoms of ovarian cancer often include bloating, pelvic and abdominal pain, difficulty eating or feeling full quickly, urinary symptoms, and several other vague symptoms that are often easily confused with other diseases. And whereas the lack of an early detection test for ovarian cancer combined with its vague symptoms mean that approximately 80% of cases of ovarian cancer are detected at an advanced stage. And whereas persistent issues collecting and reporting data related to ovarian cancer risk, treatment, and outcomes, and particularly pronounced and impede the development of effective policy. And whereas all women are at risk for ovarian cancer, but approximately 20% of women who are diagnosed with ovarian cancer have hereditary predisposition to ovarian cancer, which places them at an even higher risk. And whereas scientists and physicians have undergone changes in the BRCA genes and some women inherit from their parents, which may make those women 30 times more likely to develop ovarian cancer. And whereas the family history of a woman has been found to play an important role in accurately assessing the risk of developing ovarian cancer, and medical experts believe the family history should be taken into consideration during the annual well women visit of any woman. And whereas ongoing investments in ovarian cancer research and education and awareness efforts are critical to closing these gaps and improving survivorship for women with ovarian cancer. And whereas each year during the month of September, Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance and community partners organizations hold a number of events to increase public awareness of ovarian cancer and its symptoms. And now therefore be it resolved by the President, Clerk, and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook, and Will Counties, Illinois, that September 2025 be designated Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month to increase public awareness of ovarian cancer in the Village of Tinley Park. Approved the 16th day of September 2025.
Thank you, Colleen. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 6, trustee Michael Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2025-R-105, recognizing October 5th through October 11th, 2025, as Fire Prevention Week in the Village of Tinley Park.
I will second that.
Thank you. Fire Prevention Week is to be held in the Village of Tinley Park beginning October 5th, 2025. All citizens are encouraged to do their share by providing safe place in which to live and work by eliminating those fire hazards which cause the loss of life, property, and resources. Fire Prevention Week is always scheduled to coincide with the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. And I will read the proclamation. So, whereas it is the mission of the Tinley Park Fire Department to prevent loss of life and minimize property damage from the perils of fire through education, engineering, and enforcement. And whereas, with the introduction of new construction and redevelopment to meet the needs of the community, it is imperative that all public safety agencies partner together to prevent fires. And whereas, the Village of Tinley Park continues to be a community for all ages and backgrounds that embraces fire education to minimize injury, loss of life, and property damage from the perils of fire. And whereas, the Tinley Park Fire Department recognizes this challenge to meet the fire safety needs of changing demographic and more diverse community. And whereas Tinley Park's first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and education. And whereas all professional members of the fire service and other public safety agencies shall coordinate their efforts to provide coalitions to ensure a successful reduction from the risk of fire. And whereas on October 8th through 10th, 1871, the Great Chicago Fire consumed the city of Chicago, where over 300 people died and 17,500 buildings were destroyed. This fire began discussion which resulted in what we now know as fire prevention. And whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme, Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home, works to educate everyone about using these batteries safely. The campaign stresses how important it is to buy, charge, and recycle safely when it comes to lithium-ion batteries. Now therefore be it resolved by the clerk, the president, and board of trustees of the Village of Tinley Park in Illinois, Cook, and Will counties on behalf of over 55,000 citizens herein represented, that the week beginning on October 5th, 2025 be designated as Fire Prevention Week in Tinley Park, and urge all citizens to join with the coordinated effort of the Tinley Park Fire Department to provide effective educational and related fire prevention programs. Adopted this 16th day of September 2025 and signed by the entire village board.
Thank you, Mike.
Want to say anything, Chief?
My fire marshal may say a few words.
Thank you, Board. Thank you, Mayor. The NFPA National Fire Prevention Week, like you said before, is October 5th through the 11th. A slogan is control lithium-ion batteries, fire safety. The Tinley Park Fire Department's open house is going to be October 4th. I just found out that the race was that same day, but I'm sorry. It's from 9 to noon. We will have good events for the kids. We revamped our kids' firefighter challenges this year. Practice stop, drop, and roll, crawl low and smoke. The kids get to shoot real fire hose. And we'll also have vendors from PAWS, NICOR, the Coast Guard, and Project Fire Buddies. So hope to see you there, and thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have, call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 7. Is there a motion to consider appointing Eva Madrano to the position of Human Resources Coordinator?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Thank you. Eva is an experienced HR professional with 12 years of experience in a local school district, managing the employee benefits program and administrating leave requests in compliance with applicable laws for nearly 700 employees. She is experienced in identifying issues and resolving benefit-related concepts and is committed to walking employees through every step of the leave process. She holds an associate's degree in business administration and management and is currently pursuing her Bachelor of Science with a focus in human resources. Please consider appointing Eva to the position of Human Resources Coordinator effective September 29th, 2025. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 8. Is there a motion to consider appointing James Holt as an associate member of the Economic Commercial Commission?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 8, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Next, we have item 9. May I have a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items?
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Thank you. The consent agenda items have been publicly posted and available for review according to the Illinois Open Meetings Act. Would anyone from the board like any of these items removed from the consent agenda? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 9, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 10. Is there a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2025-0-030, amending Title 11, Chapter 112, Section 22, permitted number of liquor licenses?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Consider modifying Chapter 112, Section 22 of the municipal code to alter the permitted number of liquor licenses. The item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole on September 2nd, 2025. This ordinance is available for adoption. Are there any comments or questions from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 11, Mr. Trustee Bill Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The board consider adopting ordinance 2025-0-031 to impose a new simplified telecommunications tax. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion for you, Bill.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Thank
Bill.
you. I want you to consider modifying and replacing Chapter 129C of the Municipal Code to impose a simplified telecommunications tax. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole on September 2nd. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Mike. Are there any comments or questions from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 12, Trustee Michael Mueller.
Oh, caught me off guard here. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2025-R-108, supporting and consenting to the filing of a Class 8 application at 17201 Ridgeland Avenue, Integrity Wall Panel, Inc.
I will second that.
Go ahead, Mike.
This resolution provides support for the Cook County Class 8 incentive, which reduces the tax assessment ratio for the property at 17201 Ridgeland Avenue to be developed as Integrity Wall Panel, Inc. This item was discussed at the September 8th, 2025 Economic and Commercial Commission, and the committee of the whole held just prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Are there any comments or questions from the board? I just want to add again, thank you, Mr. Coleman, for all your work on getting them through the process.
Thank you. Thank you. As a team effort.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries, but Mike, you're a large team. Item 13, trustee Colleen Sullivan.
Consider adopting Resolution 2025-R-111, approving an agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and Signature Systems to provide subsurface material for the synthetic ice rink at Harmony Square.
So moved.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Colleen.
I think I need a second. I didn't make the motion.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Good.
A second.
Okay,
Go.
perfect, thank you. Consider approving the contract with Signature Systems in the amount of $237,610, which provides a subsurface material for the synthetic ice rink at Harmony Square. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole held prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 14, trustee Bill Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2025-R-109, approving an intergovernmental agreement with Cook County for the closeout of the Tinley Park Transportation Improvements 94th Avenue project.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Go ahead, Billy.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. This streamlined IGA focuses solely on acknowledging completion of all project work and processing the final $700,000 reimbursement payment. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole held prior to this meeting, and this resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, trustee Brennan. Are there any questions or comments? Madam Clerk?
Roll call for item 14, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 15, receive comments from the staff. Comments over there? How about to the right? Nope. Next, we have item number 16, receive comments from the board. Anyone from the board care to comment?
I'd like to, Mr. Mayor.
You got it, Billy.
Thank you, sir. I want to congratulate the fire department, police department for a great job that you did on September 11th, our memorial services that we had at the fire station next to our beam from New York. We all pledged not to forget. And unfortunately, I think too many people are not living up to that pledge. There's 55,000 people in Tinley Park. It was 47, including the police and fire department and public works, that was there to witness and commemorate that dastardly day 24 years ago. I was a little disappointed, and they show up. People that didn't show up, hopefully we'll be able to do better than that, have more of the community come out to remember those over 3,000 people that died. Next year is the 25th anniversary of the attack on America. So we need to remember and never forget. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Brady. Anyone else care to make a comment?
I would,
Go ahead, Ken.
unless someone else wants to go first, all right. So I just want to say that earlier tonight, we passed a resolution for Constitution Week. Next year is the 250th anniversary of our nation, And as Bill just mentioned, next year's the 25th anniversary of 9/11. I just want to make some comments about political violence. I think most everyone in this room, if you were awake this week at all, you have been aware of a lot of events that happened this week. And actually, in the past few weeks in particular, we had some incidents up in Minnesota. The Minnesota House Speaker and his spouse and their dog were killed in a break-in. We had a Catholic church up there where 2 young children were murdered, and countless others and elderly were also shot, some critically injured at a morning mass. And then, of course, Thursday we had the memorial for 9/11, 24th year. And then one of the most shocking was Christian advocate and founder of Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, which was founded right over here in Lamont, Illinois. Not too long ago, Charlie Kirk was assassinated out in Utah. And I just want to say that this should not be a controversial statement, but political violence and murder should not be tolerated. And political differences are the foundation of this country. And this being Constitution Week coming up, it's apropos for that. Silencing opponents through violence should be unacceptable to every single American. It's about as un-American as you can get. And overheated rhetoric and demonizing your opposition leads directly to violence. I'm a huge advocate of people arguing public policy, sometimes very passionately. But when we stop talking to each other, that's where violence comes from. So it's unfortunately seems to be a bit of a controversial statement these days. But again, I go back to this is Constitution Week, and if we believe in this country, if we believe in the foundation of this country, then this type of activity should be condemned by each and every American. Thank you.
Very good. Thank
Very
you.
well said.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.
Colleen, did you have something to say?
No, I don't know. I have thoughts, but I'm still taking everything in just like everybody else is. But I will share something because I had started taking notes earlier today, almost identical to what Ken is saying. And just on a personal note, because I went from so angry after there's children getting murdered, there's a young girl on a train murdered senselessly, and then you look at by who, it was somebody that shouldn't even be on the streets to begin with. I will say I have such respect for our law enforcement, and I know things with mediations, I'm not going to get into that, but I know that the work that they do, I respect that the work that they do, and then for something to happen and a girl get murdered by somebody that shouldn't have been on the streets to begin with, I think people really need to start looking at who are putting these policies in place to make that happen. They're making our police officers' jobs impossible. They shouldn't be having to arrest the same person 10 times. As far as Charlie Kirk, I never witnessed anything like that in my life. I hope I never have to again. I pray for his wife and his children and those that are close to him. And that, the first couple days, just like everyone, you're angry, you're sad, but then the next day, I took a devotional that my mom gave me, and I just randomly flipped through it. And it landed on a page, and of all dates, it was July 4th, which is, the date is so significant. And it just said, the quote of the day was, "It was freely forgive." So the next day, I tried my best to not enjoy people getting fired from their jobs, from the way that they talk, but just to forgive them. And it just gave me a sense of being an open ear to listen with, if somebody, I just like Charlie Kirk, you wanted just to have a conversation. We all have emails, and if anyone wants to have a conversation, if you're upset about something that we're doing, we are here to have a conversation. We're at almost every event. People freely can walk up to us and talk to us, and I just think people in general, it's like, almost like, just get off Facebook, touch grass, talk to people, talk to your neighbors, and just get back to where we were. And, we're all friends, and we've had our conversations about this on a private level, and, we were talking today about, my mom used to be a Democrat, or his person, someone else's dad was a Democrat. I don't even know what my parents were growing up as a kid. I had no idea. I know what they are now. I didn't know that as a kid, because a kid should know that. We shouldn't be having conversations about politics with children in elementary school. And I know I'm kind of going off the hand, but I just think we need to get back to just be a community, look out for your neighbors, and just pay attention to what things that are above us that, we can't vote on policies for the states to make people, I just think that we just pay attention to who you're voting for future things, because nothing like this should ever happen. Just all these innocent lives that are lost. It's heart-wrenching. And I just pray, for our community. I pray for the country. I pray for world peace. I mean, I wish I could just tell everyone, just knock it off, but, we're just, little village employees here serving our community. But you know what? You have one conversation that could lead to another. And, when I shared that devotional on, my personal Facebook, someone says, well, I'm gonna buy a devotional. So maybe, by having that conversation, it turns somebody else to maybe they're gonna find that forgiveness for forgiving other people, or forgiving people for, things that they might be angry about. So, I just hope we all come together, and I think that's what, these people that have lost their lives for this, they wanted they're good people that were looking for a good future, and some looking out for us. And I just, pray for peace for everybody.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you. Clerk? I just want to add anyone that was at the Harmony Square again this weekend with the Eagles Tribute Band. I want to thank all of our staff for how hard they work, and our first responders. It was packed. There were so many people there. It was great to see. And then to hear Mike and Ellen Clark from Ed and Joe's talk about how it's making a big impact to their bottom line is good to hear. So I'm glad that we went forward with that. It looks like it's already paying dividends quickly. So thank you to all the staff that helped put the whole Harmony Square together, and most importantly, getting it done in such a quick manner. So it was nice. I mean, it was,
Beautiful.
yeah, it was a beautiful night and a great band, and so thank you enough. We had a great time.
That's another example of a great night with community coming together.
Yeah.
I'm a little
person.
biased, but I will say I think that was probably, one of the best bands of the season. So, a little biased.
Beat out the boy bands for you.
For that, huge Eagles, sorry.
They were really good.
They were good. They all really good.
Just for the record, because it has been a successful season at Harmony Square. Lisa and I are trying to get another band to come in late October. We're still playing phone tag, so we're trying to do one more before the season ends. And the best part about it with the band, talking about having a mechanical bull as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be great. We're trying to get some people from Nashville to come down, so we're working on it.
What's the name of the group?
Giddy up.
What's the name of the group, Snowman?
Hope you got some waivers
Yeah.
available.
I will not be doing
I
that.
think Mike's gonna have to be on call.
Okay.
Chief Klotz is gonna be the first one.
Stress, stress.
Our attorney's
I thought
having a
you were
heart
the
attack
bull.
over there.
Yeah.
Break it.
Item,
Yeah. I could be a judge,
item,
but I'm not getting on that.
item 17, receive comments from the public. Anyone like to make public? Hold on, Diane, before you speak, make sure the clock's ready. And just so you know, Diane, just to remind you, we're gonna keep order and decorum. No personal attacks, and just
No
keep it
personal
civil.
attacks.
Address the board, don't address people individual, okay?
No personal attacks.
All right, so
So
thank you.
you're censoring my you're telling me I
No
need
one
to
is
censor, you're
censoring
censoring me?
Laura.
No, I would like
Go
to
ahead,
hear
Laura.
from our
This-
attorney that we paid for.
Laura, go ahead.
Or is he allowed to
This-
censor my
this-
words?
This is your public
No, because
comment.
okay.
There's not.
I
This is
find
your
it, okay,
public
go
comment.
ahead, go ahead,
It's not
okay. Oh, wait,
question
can
and
can you
answer.
stop? Because my time
no.
is being used.
So it is
Are
your
you
time.
done, Mayor? Can you please
your time.
restart my time?
Please don't
You know, I
address the
think it's
staff.
funny that that you guys actually would, the way you're talking about the Constitution and your concerns for our safety. Because you know what, I am out on social media with Mr. Stuckley and other members of your political party who continue to share information out that I've done something. You know, we have to be very careful, the lies that we are spreading about people. Information is going to have to be gone through on this, on claims that continue to be made on myself. I have gone to the police, I have filed police reports against members of your political party that continue to harass me. I am in Orland Township, and I have Frank Williams making claims about my family owes some money to the coin shop for some reason. Because for, a couple years, people spread that we did something to the coin shop and didn't properly pay them, when you have absolutely no idea what the facts are. That is a lie. I've asked Mr. Stuckley 3 times on your village page to leave me alone. I don't know what else to do. I am a woman that came to run for office, and I was found unethical. Because we went around the village policies and we did not use independence, and we know that. And that information will come out. You can't have attorneys working together. The guys that I claimed were doing wrong get to investigate me. That really doesn't seem right. And we'll have to go through all of that.
For the record, it's
I
village
am
point on that.
talking. I do not
It's
want you to
village point.
use my time. And also, where are the bids? Do we no longer bid anything? I asked for, if you're going to be able to talk about, you guys going to talk about the spending. We want to know who got all the millions. I mean, we know the consultants, we know the attorneys, but there's no information in there. You're making us FOIA everything. I'm going to ask the One Tinley Park political party to leave my family alone. I have been harassed for years. My name has been put in, I brought the paper. I'm tired of being harassed that I was unethical. I wasn't unethical. I did my job. I did exactly what my oath told me to do, and I will stand proud for that. And if I have to fear that people are putting out lies and somebody's going to come attack me because they think I did wrong by my town, that's on all of you. When you really, really think about what you're doing, because I'm floored.
Diane,
And
you
actually, you
dropped
also
a piece of
forgot that
paper,
you're
Diane.
supposed to let us speak, Mayor. When you have items that you're gonna spend money on, we get to speak. And Bill, quit talking to the attorney when people are presenting items. It's against the rules. And I shouldn't have to keep filing stuff, because you'll probably go after, you just continue to target anybody
rule
that
is
wants
it
to go against.
Diane, what rules it against for trustee Brennan to talk to his
When
attorney?
there's an item, go look. Maybe the attorney can tell you. When there's items being presented, you can't have conversations. He can't be distracting.
Says who?
Go look at the rules. My God.
What rule is it?
It's your attorney you're paying all this money for, because I'm certainly gonna.
We don't have to pay him. If we don't ask him, you can tell
everything.
us.
Really, you wanna make it as difficult as possible, Mayor, and then you wonder why we question you. All I know is you wanna know where the 70 million is, and we'll figure it out.
Your public comment's over. Thank you, Ms. Galante. Before we continue, we have the floor. Mr. Delgado, can you please address those claims on what she believes is the rules?
There is no such rule that I'm aware of, either under Robert's rules, the village ordinances, or the statutes of the state of Illinois.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is there any other public comment tonight?
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, and staff. My name is Kelly Dostalova, and thank you so much for your time and listening to myself and the concern of some of my neighbors that I brought with today. Here is our why. Over the years, numerous accidents have occurred along 167th Street between Harlem Avenue and 76th Avenue. And many of these have been caused by speeding or drivers who are unaware of a somewhat sharp curve in that road. Some of these accidents have been so severe that they resulted in the total destruction of a home, another home, and a garage destroyed, the deaths of many family pets, and the annihilation of countless mailboxes, and numerous vehicle collisions as well. Speed bumps or humps may reduce speeding, but we are here because we are concerned that they are only a temporary fix. My neighbors and I believe a permanent solution is needed, given the long history of accidents and damage on the street. In the winter months, especially when the road conditions are already hazardous, speeding cars become an even greater danger. Some of the most pressing issues is pedestrian safety between the two parks off 167th. There are no stop-controlled pedestrian crossings, and family and children are often afraid to cross the street, particularly during weekends in peak traffic times. We have suggested possible measures such as decorative boulders or on our lawns, if permitted, some flashing warning lights near that curve, but we know there are some more effective long-term solutions that could be available. We respectfully request the village to investigate and to maybe consider, one, a property-marked pedestrian crosswalk with a flashing stop sign or similar treatment between those two parks. Two, flashing warning lights or beacons along that dangerous curve. Three, additional physical or landscape barriers within the guidelines. And then four, other traffic calming measures may be recommended by an engineering expert. We are wondering if the village could assign staff to conduct a form of safety and engineering review on 167th Street, and then possibly report back with some permanent alternatives, timelines, and possible costs. We do not want to wait until another major accident or injury happens. Our goal is to be for prevention. This issue directly impacts our safety of our families and everyone who travels on 167th Street. Again, thank you so much for your time and attention to this matter. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Do you see your Angelica?
No, my name is Kelly,
Oh,
Kelly
sorry,
Dostalova. It's okay.
Because there was, I thought it was Angelica. Was it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. There was sending us an emails, and then we immediately had our Deputy Chief McDermott, I believe he came to your house or just called you, and you've had lengthy conversations with him. And so we immediately, that next day, that Saturday, they put out a detail of just having police radar and sit on 167th Street. And then our village manager, Pat Carr, we discussed it that weekend. He ordered a command staff meeting on September 8th, I think it was, we met, right? That Monday? It was the 8th. And we actually moved personnel from another division and put them solely just on 167th and 76th Avenue, from 159 to 167, and then from Oak Park Avenue to 84th Avenue. And their job is solely to just be watching, radaring. And I remember when I was leaving Village Hall the one day, there was 3 officers that had different people pulled over. So we are going to stay on that and fix that problem. It's ridiculous that people want to drive that fast, so, you know, there's a speed.
20 miles per hour. I don't
Yes, is it,
understand why.
I
this
forget on
is
that turn,
happening.
is it 20 or 30?
I think it's 20.
25.
Yeah.
20.
Or 25?
watched a motorcycle cruising down at 51.
Insane.
So for the last couple of years, I have been bringing that to the police department's attention. We've received several, I don't know if any of you guys are part of the letters that we received. We scan them, we send them to the police department. Still seems to be an issue, so that's why myself and Pat Carr and Hannah are involved firsthand on this. Personnel are assigned to it. They will keep ticketing and they will keep radaring and watching people, so that hopefully they get the hint. And when you drive by enough and you see the people getting pulled over and the lights on, it starts to resonate. And that we did, I think he talked to you about putting possibly speed bumps, which is frowned upon in the village. There's a whole engineering that has to be done on it. I think he talked to you also about possibly guardrails there. I don't think you're interested in that, would rather the boulders. So in the meantime, until we figure something out, we're gonna order a study, and we're gonna continue just monitoring that area and having police solely sitting there. The previous chief, what he used to do, and I apologize, I don't wanna try and micromanage the police department, but with the previous chief, his solution was, if you remember, he parked the old style Blues Brothers cars on the street. And so make it feel like someone was in their radar. Everyone knew that it didn't work. Unfortunately, that was Matt Walsh's fix for it, which didn't work. I don't know why we just can't have the officers out there, and so that is what we are doing now. We are moving people, like I said, we move people from another department, and that will be their sole duty, to get that area set and then move to the other areas. And then once we get a lot of the speeding under control, then they'll go back to their division. But until then, that division will be put on hold until we get the speeding ramped up and people keep getting pulled over. I mean, the amount of people that are getting pulled over now are actually ridiculous. Every Monday morning, Pat, Hannah, and the board get a report on how many people were pulled over, ticketed, issued warnings, and that number in the last week has drastically gone up. So we will continue to work on that, and if the amount of officers we put on it isn't enough, we'll just keep increasing it until they slow down, because it is absolutely ridiculous. I travel that way every single time. When I leave the Village Hall, I take 167th to 84th Avenue, and it's amazing that people, when you're crossing Harlem, that are trying to fight you on the right lane just to get in ahead of you. And so, again, apologize for the inconvenience. The speeding is ridiculous, but we are on top of it, and we will get it under control. I can promise you that.
So, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to just interject on that there. Kelly mentioned several, Kelly, right?
Yes.
Suggestions there, and I think it is important what you just said about reassigning to make sure that we get this under control in the short term. But I agree, a permanent solution. It's not popular, but some of the things that you mentioned there, it sounds like you did some homework, or somebody did. Traffic calming solutions are not popular with people, but things like speed bumps it's just a nightmare for heavy equipment, which I'm sure somebody told you. It's horrible wear and tear on the emergency vehicles. The problem, in my opinion, is road design. And there's a lot of things that can be done. That curve, it's literally 4 lanes wide. And there's a lot of things that can be done to alter the design there without completely changing it, but to give it a thinner design to slow the traffic through physical barriers, things like guardrails and other things, that might stop a speeding car, but you're still gonna have them. It's human nature when you got a big wide road. It's human nature, unless you're consciously thinking to slow down, everybody does it, right? You have to be consciously thinking, oh, I need to go the speed limit, but a lot of people are just driving on autopilot. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's important to reassign people to raise awareness, but you take the assignment away, a week later, they're doing it again.
And that's our fear,
Yeah.
exactly.
And so I think that the long-term solution really is some traffic calming measures to redesign the roads. And that's an investment, and it's not popular. To a lot of people, it seems counterintuitive. That won't work. But there's studies out there that prove that it does work. So.
Thank you, Trustee Shaw. Chief Tilton, anything you want to add to that?
Mr. Mayor, we're going to continue. Each of our shifts is doing a traffic mission over there at that, targeting that area. As the mayor said, we've had some really good enforcement activity over the last several weeks, and we look forward to that continuing. Our command staff is continuing to emphasize that with our shift sergeants, and they're attacking the problem very aggressively. So we look to have, as we look for a permanent solution, I think you'll be able to see our people performing very well over there.
Thank you. Anyone else like to make public comment?
Good evening, Mayor. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the police department. They have been doing an exceptional job over the last, well, couple weeks. I am one of the 3 houses that are on 167th Street, on the north side of the street. When I moved in, I've lived in my home for 50 years. When I moved in, that street was a dead end. It was wonderful. I can't tell you. I have tried to move 3 times, but the deal fell through on the other party. My house has been hit. I can't tell you amongst all of us how many mailboxes we have had knocked down, which is what I wanted to address. I realize that the village owns the parkway, but when we don't catch these people speeding and knocking down our mailboxes, it's out of pocket. I became a widow a couple years ago. I can't afford all of these mailboxes. I went to the post office. I got shut down before I even could ask for any other solutions about getting our mail delivered to the house. So I would like something, if something can be done as far as replacing mailboxes, something to be done, because I personally, I can't keep affording all these mailboxes. And we don't want our property to look raggedy looking with mailboxes that are on a string. You know, we want beautification on our houses. But when our grass keeps getting torn up like it is, it's hard to keep up with it. So I appreciate your time, and again, thank you to the police department. They're doing a wonderful job.
And if you could, I will contact you offline, and my assistant, next to officer standing up. Lisa, can you give your information to Lisa, and we'll contact you.
I will, thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to make public comment?
Mr. Mayor, since you are up and down 167th Street, you probably realize that almost 5 years ago, I lost a house. My house also caught fire. And it would be a good idea for Mr. Shaw to suggest that maybe we straighten that street out. Take those curves out of there if it can be. It's going to be very expensive, and I go along with Donna. I've lived there 46 years. I have replaced at least 20 mailboxes, probably 15 out of our own pocket. So I'm glad that it's caught your attention, everybody here, because we need your help, you know? But there's no other way to put it.
We will help you. I remember, so is yours the, what, couple houses in on the north side?
Yes.
Yeah. So
My house is next to the creek. My mother's house was the one that got hit and burned and had to be torn down.
Yeah, so our good friend Larry Nichols, who was with the sprinkler fitters and some of the other trades, I remember they helped you when they rebuilt it, so.
Yeah, Larry was the one who recommended that I vote for you. Larry and I went to the same high school. So, yeah.
Larry was a great guy.
Yes, he was. Rest in peace. I'm sure he's in a better spot than I am right now. But
And again, if you can give your information to Lisa back there, we'll get together and we'll talk offline about it.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good, Chris?
Hey, how you guys doing? Good. It's been some time. The first thing I'd like to say is this, not too long ago, about a couple years ago, I got hit with COVID pneumonia. I thought I was gonna lose my career. I'm a fireman paramedic. And I went into a church knowing that I was filled up with a lot of hatred over some years. My career turned upside down a lot because I tried to run for public office. It wasn't just that. It was my whole demeanor. When I was a young kid, I would say I probably was entering 8th grade, maybe high school. And I remember I got filled with a lot of hatred. And it affected me most of my life. A lot of people would say, you know, you're a young guy, you seem so angry all the time. And I bypassed it. I never never really took accountability of it. And then for the first time in my life, I took accountability that I wasn't a perfect person, just like a lot of other people were not perfect either. And I got baptized with the Holy Spirit when I walked into a church for the first time in my life. And I went to an altar call for the first time in my life. I had always seen it done. In 2014, I got spiritually awoken. At the same time I got spiritually awoken, I had a dream of my father, and 3 months later, my father got diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I was wondering what was going on. I had no idea really what was happening in my life. At the same token, I got involved in like politics, but I was spiritually awoken at the time, but I was continually sinning. And I was not doing the right thing. And I didn't realize it. And it kept on working on me and working on me and working on me. Sometimes I would have these like Jekyll and Hyde situations where one day I would feel a lot of remorse for what I was doing, the gossiping that I was doing, the things that nobody would see, you know, they wouldn't see it front face. Nobody could see, you know, like a pastor said to me, he goes, you know, if we had a whatchamacallit, like behind you, you know, like a curtain. If we had this curtain and we opened it up behind you, what would we really see? You know, that others just don't see. And that affected me a lot when he told me that. And when this all took place about a few years ago, I got saved, or they talks about in the Bible, got born again. And it's been on me for some time, why I had to come here. You know, I was born and raised here. I have a lot of really great memories here. I still got family that lives here. I don't live here no more, so I appreciate the opportunity to even come and speak, you know, to even say something. But again, and I know a lot of people, you know, they may look at it as, you know, like, what am I doing here, you know? I guess the biggest thing I have to say is this to everybody is, you know, time is very short. I've seen it firsthand too many times. I've been in situations where I've seen people collapse right in front of their family members. I've seen a lot of death. And you know, it's very easy to get angry. I know better than anybody does. I got angry, I'd get angry over the littlest thing. I'd hold a grudge like there's nobody's business. I don't, and there came a point in my life, I don't want to do that no more. I'm tired of it. It does nothing to you. It kills you even quicker. There's nothing in this world more important than your belief in Jesus Christ. There's nothing. I come to learn that. I come to learn that a lot of things that had happened to me, you know, in my life and in my career, because I held a lot of grudges with that too. That it was just honestly, it was just God was using people to push me in a direction maybe I did not want to go. I did not at one time, when God came for me, I was not looking for him. I didn't deserve anything he's ever done for me. There's countless times in my career I should have been dead. I don't sometimes even understand how I lived at the age of 40. But all glory and power and all the glory goes to him. I believe that's why I'm here right now. I believe that's why I've been for some time now. I do it in all the firehouses I've ever been in. And I tell people that the time that we're in, it's precious right now. Don't let it go by. Don't waste time being angry. Don't waste time lying. Don't waste time being deceitful. Don't waste time thinking you're a God or you're bigger than anybody else, because he's watching all of us and he's keeping track of all of us. And I think that's the most powerful thing, is when I got hit with the fear of God. Because now I realize that every day, every single moment, I know everything that comes out of my mouth, he is watching me. And it's a scary thing when sometimes you think about it, because, you know, sometimes we go through life and we think that, you know, we're going to live to a certain age. We don't. He's got the number. He numbers the hairs on our head. He knows when our time is up. So with the time that I have remaining in my life, I'm going to do whatever I can to tell people, just do whatever you can to get into the church, get in the right church, right? Repent. It's the biggest thing, is repentance. You can get sent to hell for gossiping. You can get sent to hell for thinking you're a God. You can get sent to hell for a lot of things. Just please do it.
Chris, your time is up.
Thank you.
Do you have any more that you need to add, or is are you good?
Just one last thing.
Can you ask the board for an
Sure.
extension? What do you need,
I
45
just,
seconds?
not even, yeah,
I'll
maybe.
make a motion to give them another minute.
Yeah, just,
Okay.
I'll
yeah.
second.
One second.
Thank you.
Chris. 1 second. Can you reset the clock to 1 minute for Chris? All right, go ahead, Chris.
And I guess the biggest thing is this. Christ is coming again. Sooner than we think. And I know I say that, and I know a lot of people may laugh me out of the building. But I'm telling you, a lot of people may bypass it. A lot of people are gonna go about their career. Having a career doesn't equal success. Titles don't equal success. It's being born again. It's what the Bible says. The only way to enter the kingdom of heaven is to be born again, to be saved. I pray for every last one of you, and I pray for anybody watching this. I hope a lot of people will end up watching this and just realize, trust me, I'm a sinner just like everybody else is. I am not perfect. I've never have been perfect. But there came a time in my life where it finally had to stop. And when I finally gave myself up to Christ, it's been the best thing. It takes away everything, all the negativity. So, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Amen. That's right.
God bless you, Chris. Thanks for your witness.
Thank you. Any more public comment? Let the record reflect there are none. Can I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for adjournment, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. We are adjourned.